wanted to see my face. Hopefully I don't look ugly on this thing. But here's my video submission for this project that I missed. And if possible, I hope I could just, get the grade changed on it. Because, I don't want to fail. But, hey, we're gonna think positive. And ignore my voice, I'm tired, it's 5 in the morning. Okay, so, my video submission. Did I like the play? Yes, I did. As I mentioned in my paper right here, I have it pulled up. It was cute. It was also very real. Like, the quaintness was cute, but it was also very real because, living in a small town, that's all the heck it is. Very cute, quaint, but real. That's the driving point of the whole play of our town, is that it's real and that it's what a lot of people have gone through around that time. And the way it was presented also drew me in because, well, you can't. Listen, if it's a play called Our Town, of course you're going to talk about the town. It's just the way they talked about it. It was one dude who we don't know the name of who talked about it. And that was very cool to me. What character did I relate to? Well, well, I relate to Emily. There was an anxious vibe about her. But living in a small town like this, and it was just very apparent that despite whatever the heck everybody has to go through and maybe suffer through, and just some little bits of information that they may or may not have passed to each other in passing, they were just trying to live their lives. That's the reality of it. You see, it's real. They're just trying to live their lives, and that's all it really was. And I found that pretty cool. I found that because it's simple, it's real. And in the way Emily is living her life, she's just trying to figure out what she wants to do with it entirely. And that's pretty real, especially when you're young. All you want to do is, figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life, on top of figuring out what you're doing now and how to deal with the stuff now. And yeah, I'm good. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I don't care if it's a project. Yes, I did check my hair. I'm black. I gotta do these things, man. I gotta do these things. And okay, yeah. And I relate to her, for that reason. Especially for, what I was going through in a small town of New Orleans, Louisiana. Thinking about my career, and after watching this production, how does the overall theme in the story connect with your major? I'm a theater major. This is theater. And of course, the goal here for me, that's the reason why I'm here in CSU, is because I want to be the greatest entertainer that ever came. Honestly, on top of, I may not like school, but I don't give a damn. I'm gonna achieve that goal. I really don't. I do not care what the hell. Nah, I'm gonna manifest this dream of mine. No, I'm gonna manifest this reality based off the dream I have right now, and that's why I'm here. All right. Now, do I think the director was successful with the storytelling? Funnily enough, I watched another freaking, what was it called? Another production of the same play, the one with Frank Sinatra in it, just because of the fact that Frank Sinatra was in it. That's why I watched it. Well, I didn't watch the full thing, but I saw a couple. I saw it up to the point where I forgot, but it was like very early into the first act. But me and my bias, I just wanted to see more of Frank on screen. And since he was a stage manager, of course I was, but I was impatient and I had to watch the rest of this. So, me trying to get on track, I kind of just compared both of them. I know the other one was going to have singing, but the director was successful. This director was successful with this particular production because of there is no room for exaggeration in this play. Like, it's as real as it gets. It's like I can't. That's a dirty joke. I can't say that. But yeah. It's like, okay, fine. I'm gonna just say it. We in college. Of course, all due respect. All due respect. It's like the opposite of a grower. Like, for a shower, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. You ain't getting nothing else. When he's ready, it's ready. The size don't change at all. That's what it is. But just like anything, you're gonna remember it. God, I'm gonna fucking fail. But yeah, and I think the director was very successful in illustrating the quaint yet real interpretation of just life in the 20th century, in the early 20th century with this. And I'm very proud of Mr. James Naughton for this. And I aspire to be a director similar to this, and better, because my goal. And it was the most memorable part of Act 1. I think it was I forgot his name, but it was the one who was talking about the politics and the social life of Grover's Corners. It was about that, and because I felt like that brought some more warmth because of the way he went about telling us that. That was pretty cool for me. And it was just like, every time I really think about the play, like, the most memorable part for me always draws back to that part of my mind. He had a receding hairline. Yeah, I forgot his name though. But it was also the part with the stage manager. Like, we just met Joe Cromwell, right? And then he did his business tossing these newspapers. And then he immediately tells us, man, he went all the way to all these colleges and all these universities to get all this education, and then he dies in the first war. I'm like, damn. Yeah, that's how it was for a lot of boys back then. That's a lot of... Yeah, that's how it was. He was minding his own business, helping people mind other people's business, because, he's a newsboy. And then, because the government wanted to mind other people's business, he died in their business. Ain't that some shit? Like, and like, the way he was tossing them papers, it ain't really look like he enjoyed his job too much, but he was just pushing forward like anybody else was. And of course, we had the same name, so of course I was gonna remember him. But yeah, that's my take on it. And I wrote a lot more than 300 words, just letting you know. But good night, good morning, Hope you have a nice night.